Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degenerate. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of GameStop, ticker symbol GME. And so here I am recording this on Tuesday, June 18th, after the market has closed. And GameStop closed at a price of $24.70. Being down about 2% on the day and coming down yesterday on Monday more than 12%. And it looks like we are testing this uptrend. So I did want to go over some things that, kind of do stand out to me as really, just morale boosters, because I think what we might be seeing potentially is a break of this uptrend, a grind down to maybe testing 23.41, which is Roaring Kitty's average, or maybe coming down to $20 a share, which was previously the max pain for this coming Friday. Also was the call strike that Roaring Kitty had, which he has, of course, sold and exercised to establish his 9 million 1,000 share position. But it does look like the max pain for this Friday has moved up a little bit. We can see that it is now at $22.50. So something to consider there, that maybe price will be coming down to that level as market makers will want it to be driven down that low. Also, I did want to point out that there is this gap here following May 24th. The close was $19 a share, and we did get a gap up. So I do think it is quite possible that we do return to fill that gap, or, it is quite possible we go even lower than that. I do have this level marked here at 1770. That was the low hit on that day on May 24th, but it does look like the close on May 10th was at a price of 1746. And so, there is a little bit of a gap still down there. So maybe we head to the 17s. So something to be cautious of. But, the thing I really wanted to go over in this video is not analysis of the chart, but really just of some memes, some of Roaring Kitty's posts, because they do stand out to me as, being encouraging for me as we do potentially see the stock price grind down over the next couple weeks, maybe months. But I do think there is hope. So I did want to go over those two posts. And so the first one is this one that came out on May 16th, just showing video clip from Broad City and playing the song Best Friend by Sophie Tucker. And so that song, if you haven't heard it, I recommend checking it out. It's a pretty cool song. It begins with, I think that I'll keep loving you way past 65. And so on May 16th, if we do look at the chart, we were down following price hitting almost $65 a share during market hours. It was up a little bit during pre-market and after hours, but the high on the chart, looking at the daily candles, is 64.83, so right around 65. And so I think that's Roaring Kitty's way of saying that, he feels that the price is going to be going much higher than 65, and I feel the same way. I just think it might take some time for us to get there, so I do think it is good to be exercising patience. If, while down, one wants to add to a position, I think it's great. Otherwise, just chill. I don't think it's good to be panicking or selling, waiting to buy it if it does dip down to 20 or 22.50. Maybe that doesn't happen. Maybe these gaps don't get filled. Quite possible it doesn't come down to 19 or 17.43. And so, I don't think it's good to wait for that, but I do think it is good to prepare for the worst, that it might be months before we see the next rally higher. And speaking of rallies, I also wanted to point out how that here we saw this massive rally up to 64.83 on May 14th. But then on June 6th, we came up to a price of $47.50, and then the day after hit $48 a share. So this was a smaller spike in the chart. And this brings up another tweet. Actually, this is a tweet from Cat Striker sharing one of the memes that Roaring Kitty sent out as a video from the movie Signs, showing these GameStop logos here. And so Cat mentions that the first circle was a little run, the second one was a smaller run, and then the third circle was a bigger run. So, if we do look at the chart, we have seen a big run here. we did see a smaller run. And I should note too that this post that Roaring Kitty put out came out as well on May 16th. So, he kind of did predict this smaller run, and it does seem like he is expecting there to be another run that will surpass the highs of 64.83 or, getting beyond the pre-market high of $80.07. I could see it hitting triple digits. So I do think that is something to be considering. And also, if we do look at this screenshot or, this frozen clip that I have from the video, not only do we see this first one being small or medium sized, the second one being smaller, the third one being larger, we also see a fourth one here hidden behind this full screen. We can see that there is another GameStop logo there that is smaller. And so I think that could suggest that when we do see a massive run, whether that's a week from now, a couple weeks from now, who knows, whenever that may be, I think that the top signal will be once we do get that run up and get a pullback, we might see another follow-up run-up, forming a double top before we pull back. And so I think that could be a nice signal or sign where the top might be once we finally reached it. But, looking at the chart here, I think that we do have a lot of upside to go. And I'm actually going to switch this to the log scale so we can fit it on the screen a little bit better. And, getting up to $120.75. I think that's definitely feasible, but I do think that we are likely going to see either a grind down or just some consolidation over the next couple weeks, maybe months, to get weak hands to, fold, to sell their positions and, give up on it. And I don't think that's a good idea. I think that now is the time to be holding while we do consolidate. And if we do fade, I think that's just going to be dip buying opportunities, whether that's coming down to 22.50, 20, 19, 17.70, or 17.43. If we see any of those prices, I think that they will be gifts before we see, a potential 5 to 4x from those getting up to $100 a share. But, we're just going to have to wait and see. And so, I just want to share my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.